Hey guys, it's Jill Phoenix, and today I'm going to be working on the concept art I designed for my character Wolfgang. So, as you can see, I already went through and basically sketched out some concepts of Wolfgang already while I was in conversation with my friend. I was actually inspired to draw him right then and there, and I was just like, if I don't draw him now, I'm going to forget how I pictured him in my head later. So I went forward and just went ahead and just sketched up some ideas. And then I was like, okay, well, later on when I'm ready to actually record the drawing for him or anything, I will already have something done. I don't have to try and come up with something. So what you see me doing right now, I'm just outlining it. And then what I'm going to do later on is grab one version of Wolfgang that I'm most proud of and move it over and color it. So anyway, allow me to take a second and talk about Wolfgang since I've already sketched out his concept. So when it came to coming up with the whole design of Wolfgang and everything, I want to design another adorable character. And mind you, I designed him before I designed Wonder, but being that I didn't put the video about Wolfgang first, you guys saw Wonder first, but it is what it is. Now on to talking more about Wolfgang lore. So essentially, like I had stated before, I created Wolfgang ahead of time, and I actually created him while I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was just kind of discussing some ideas that I had for the Chaos Troupe. And from there, it kind of spawned into the existence of Wolfgang. So to kind of give a little insight into him and into his character. So Wolfgang is very shy, but at the same time he likes to help people despite his shyness. So the reason why he wears the sheep costume, and because of the fact that he's shy, and it just kind of gives him a boost in confidence. Out of everybody who works in the Chaos and Harmony Theater, he's the only person that actually managed to memorize the entirety of the theater. Except for the section of the theater nobody has ever entered to, which is referred to as the forbidden section or the banned section. They have different names for it, but for the most part he has the whole place down packed. He's like, oh yeah, I know exactly where the food court is. It's like, oh, you want to get to certain areas of theater that most people don't know about? I know exactly where it is. So he kind of doubles as not only a usher at the theater, but he's also a guide. So he does little tours of the theater whenever they're open to do tours and stuff. But of course, again, avoiding certain areas of the theater that no one is supposed to go into. Now, I kind of already had pictured in my mind exactly how the costume kind of works, how he puts it on. I'm not sure if I will provide an image, but I'm gonna go through and kind of explain basically how it works. So basically the little, I guess, kind of wool part of the costume, basically that part pretty much comes off, and then you see the little mask part, it's because the zipper kind of wraps around, and the little wool hair part basically has the little zipper thingy. Honestly, probably the toughest part about going through the process of designing Wolfgang was trying to figure out the colors that I want to use for him. So instead of me just going through and just being like, okay, well, I'm gonna just color whatever, I just decided to make a little color concept sheet. That's what I call it. And just simply just did as many different colors as I can picture him with, and just experiment with it until I finally find a set of colors I'm more satisfied with. the animation that I did for Wolfgang, originally I was planning on making this the intro of the video, but I decided to put it in as just a clip in here instead. So after going through the process of concepting him and figuring out the colors I want to use for him, I eventually decided to draw an illustration on top of the fact that I'm also doing an animation for Wolfgang. Yay! So during the process, I was actually inspired to do something similar to like, you know the Kirby Dreamland swing set figurine collection thingy? Yeah, that. So I have quite a few of these things, and I was just looking at them, and I was just like, you want to know what would be really neat if I did something similar to that, but like Chaos Troupe it. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing at some point. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do something like that, you know, have it where Wolfgang's sitting on like a little platform type deal, have his name on it, and you know, kind of do something fancy with the background, or maybe not fancy, I don't know. I was basically just kind of like going with it, just kind of combining different ideas that I had and just like, I'm gonna make it work. And, you know, it was funny because in my head, I was thinking like I was gonna draw like Wolfgang in a much more dramatic pose or anything, but I just settled for like his usual, what do you call it? Like his little celebratory pose, or basically, no, I don't think I'll call it celebratory pose. Essentially, it's the pose he does whenever he's like, I guess, confident about something? I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure what I would call this pose, but essentially anytime he does it, a little star appears. He's like, yeah, I guess you could say it's a pose of confidence. Like, yeah, got it! Thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about Wolfgang so far? I'd like to give a special shout out to my Patreon supporters, Data787 and the Ocean Shock. Thank you guys for your support, and thank you all for subscribing and becoming part of the Phoenix fans. Have an amazing day, guys!